Okay, let's start. So this is our today's topic, work study. In previous lectures, we have seen the introduction to industrial engineering. Then we have seen the particular definitions of industrial engineering. Then that uh, contribution of different scientists we have seen. Then we have studied productivity. What do you mean by productivity? What are the different productivity measures are there? Labor productivity, capital productivity, energy productivity, that we have studied. Then factors affecting on productivity, that we have studied. And all of you are knowing these previous slides. Is it right? So here if we go back a little bit, you can understand these are the productivity improvement techniques or productivity or factors, controllable, uncontrollable factors. These all are we have discussed. And after that productivity, the next part is come into the picture is work study. So this is our today's topic of discussion, that is work study. So what is meant by work study? Okay, so we can figure out certain small things which are used in industry and how the particular things are measured. So that is nothing but work study. This term is related to two techniques. One is called method study and then one is called work measurement. So when there is a combination of these two techniques are there, that is method study and work measurement, that is our next chapter is also there. We will see in detail there. But the combination of these two, method study and work measurement, is combinedly called as work study. Is it right? So what is the method study and what is the work measurement? First, we have to understand this particular concept. So method study is nothing but the recording and examination of existing process. So this is the very important point, that recording and examination of existing process. So what are the existing processes there? So let's take any example, any product you can take. Any product you can take. A day-to-day life product also be there, or what are the machine side project, mechanical side product is there, you can also take that one. Let's take a simple example first, initially, which is in day-to-day life. So let's take that, the cooking of rice. All of you are knowing cooking of rice. So what is the recording? What is the recording of that cooking of rice? How that particular method is there? So can anybody tell me how the cooking of rice is there in your house or in anybody's house or in general process? How that cooking of rice will be there? Can anybody reply me? Rishikesh, can you reply me?
Sir, I don't know what actually we reply you.
That how we should cook the rice in our house.
There is a certain step, sir. First wash the rice.
Yeah.
Then put it into the cooker, pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Then heating it a certain amount of time. Then our rice will ready.
Yeah. It's simple process. Is it right? It's simple process. So you have to take the rice, you have to wash it, you have to put it into the cooker, and you have to heat it. So this is the existing process is there. Like this, for every product in industry, there is existing process. Is it right? If you take forging example, if you take forming example, rolling example, machining example, let's take anything. So there is a certain process in there. So we have taken the common example that what we can call it as the cooking of rice. That first part is recording and examination of existing process. So whatever this existing process is there, we have to carefully examine it. We have to carefully record the process. Recording means what? Whatever these steps are there, you have to note down these steps. Note down means the flow chart should be there. Is it right? Right now, just I have told you, we will go for cooking of rice. But what is the rice quality, type of rice? That here we doesn't know anything. Just we have to examine the existing process. Any rice you can take, any type of rice you can take, any quality rice you can take. The cooking process remains same. Is it right? Then once again, we will understand what is the existing process, then means developing and applying effective method. Once we understand this particular process, then we can able to understand, or we can able to develop an effective method to improve that particular process. So you might be knowing that. Just I want answer from your side only. Is it right? Right now, whatever the Rushikesh has said, that we have to take the rice, wash it, and we have to put it into the cooker and heat it. The rice will be cooked. But traditional, previous to pressure cooker, how we are cooking the rice? Can anybody knows about it?
Yes, sir.
What is that process? We are taking the rice, then
Before pressure cooker, we make rice using some pots
pots.
and
Yeah, is it right? We are using some pots, and when you put the rice into that pot with
means,
added water,
can I tell in Marathi?
no problem.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. No
Hello,
problem.
sir.
Go ahead. No problem. Okay, Rushikesh, your voice is not audible. Any other student? Any girl side? Don't fear about this. These are the very. Hello. Okay. Rishikesh, you can tell your answer. No problem. Rishikesh.
Yes, sir.
You can tell now. Right now,
Sir,
just I have missed the connection, so problem is okay.
सर इन मराठी म्हणजे आपण तिला उकळवत होतो सर.
Yeah, we have taken the rice, we have to put into the pot, and with water we are keeping on the some gas or some another stove, etc. Like this. Again, process is same, but what is happening in previous case and what is happening after pressure cooker? Can we able to identify the difference between these two conditions?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Time, sir. Time is important.
Time is okay. Second thing, if any ladies is there, they can answer better, but no one is ready to give answer. Rutuja, are you ready? Shivani? Bola. Can you able to define this? Shivani? Neha, Diksha. Okay, I will tell you. If I am wrong, you can correct me. Previously, what is happening? When we put the rice into some pot and that pot is kept on some stove or gas, from lower side of that rice, it will be burned and it may be stick to the particular pot. Is it right, Rishikesh?
Yes, sir.
After applying of pressure cooker, what happens? Burning of that rice and sticking to the pot, whether that particular phenomenon remains same or that maybe get changed.
Changed, sir.
What happens there? Changed means what happens? More rice is going to be stick to the pot, or more rice is going to be burned, or that particular whatever that particular things are there, it is get reduced. What happens?
They are too much reduced, sir.
Yeah, that is what we can call it as the developing the process. Because what is happening in that case, when you put the rice or when you cook the rice into the pot, at that time some rice is going to be burned. That means lower side of rice which is near to the pot, where more heat is provided or more heat is we can call it as a reached. That rice become burner, that rice is going to stick to the pot, and when we start removing the rice from the pot, that burner rice, that lower layer of the rice, nobody want to eat it, and that we have to require to throw. Is it right? But because of the pressure cooker, in pressure cooker, what method we are using? Again, same method we are using. We are not making any kind of change there. We are taking the rice, we are putting into the pressure cooker pot, we have added the water and we have put into the pressure cooker and again giving the heat. But the way of giving the heat, in previous condition, we are giving the heat direct to the pot. But in second condition, we are giving heat to the pressure cooker, and below that pot we are adding some water, so that heat is not directly goes to that particular pot in which rice is there. So if you just keep this in your mind, so let's, if I'm able to draw, I can draw here. This is the older particular pot is there, and direct heat is given to this particular pot from downside. Is it right? And in which this rice is there. But in pressure cooker, what happens? Here, this particular pressure cooker is there, like I can call it as a box. In this box, we are keeping this particular 3 pots or 2 pots of that particular pressure cooker, and below that we have added certain water here. At lower side, certain water is there, and rice is placed here. Is it right? So these particular points are little. Let's consider the grains of the rice like this, and heat is given to this. So heat is not directly given to the particular this pot in which rice is there. Heat is given to the water, and that heated water or vapors, heated vapors will cook the rice in the pressure cooker. But in older condition, the heat is given directly to the rice, and because of that, whatever this layer is there, whatever I am drawing, which is near to the pot, it get burned and rusty one, and nobody want to eat that particular layer. This much rice was the wastage in previous condition. Here, as heat is not given directly to the pot which contain the rice, so not a single grain of the rice is become burned, and all grains are get nicely cooked one. Is it right? So if I told you that if this is the existing process, let's say this is the existing process, X, I said it X process, and this is the new process. Because when pressure cooker was initially introduced into the market, it is new to everybody. Is it right? So I will say this is the new one. This is the existing process. This is the new process. what basic changes we have done here? What basic changes we have done here? We have just make the small changes, how the heat is given. That means when I say that method study is the recording and examination of the existing process, that means that existing process I must know very well. What problems are coming in that particular process, because of what these problems are generating. Is it right? Because of what these problems are generating, that I should know. Means thoroughly examination is not only just on the I can say I am knowing the process, that is not there. What is the good part of this particular process, old process? What is the wrong, we can call it as a bad part of this particular process? So that all things we must know. And if we know all these things, then we can able to develop the new process. Here, whatever the basic process is there, rice, water and heat. The same thing is here also, rice, water and heat is there. But just the way of providing the heat is changed here, and it effectively change the rice cooking method. All of you understood what is I am saying? Rishikesh, any other?
Yes, sir.
So that is nothing but the method study. That is nothing but the method study. This is called the method study. You are knowing the process very well, and you are knowing in that process, here certain problem may be there, here certain things are there, and because of that, the process is getting little bit volatile, or we can call it as the certain defects may produce. And effect of that, what happens? If you look at in older process, whatever the heat is required, we are providing much more heat. And many times, whether rice is cooked or not, for that different test we are conducting. We have to open the upper, we can call it as the shelter, and we have to take the rice and we have to check into with our hand, etc. If sometime water is more or more it is provided, whole rice may get burned, etc. But for that pressure cooker, what is the checking point? How we can understand whether rice is cooked or not? Can anybody tell me how we can understand the rice in pressure cooker is cooked or not? Can anybody tell me? Rishikesh.
Don't know, sir.
It's simple. Your mother might be saying to you, after three,
Yes,
three,
yes, sir. I know the limit of that shitty.
yeah, that is what I am going to say. After 3 whistles, you can shut down the gas. So that checking point is becoming easy, no? If your mother is might be using older process of this pot and etc., and if she told you go and check whether rice is cooked or not, that might be different. You are removing the pot, cover pot, cover plate. You have to check the rice, and then if according to you if it is cooked, but from others point of view it is not cooked or it may be overcooked. And if you forgot to do that, then that particular heating is continuous one, and that particular things are different. But here, what is the checkpoint? Easiest checkpoint. After 3 whistles, we can just close the particular, or we can shut down the gas. We are not required to open the pressure cooker, take the rice into our hand, just to check it whether it is cooked or not. We are just concentrating 3 whistles, or maybe 4 whistles in some cases. Is it right? So like this, that means what happens by looking at this example, what I want to tell you, if you are knowing, that means recording and examination of the existing process, then you can develop and apply the effective method. Then when you develop the method, when you apply the effective methods to developing that particular process, what happens? It will reduce the cost. That is the ultimate aim of the any industry. So here in this process, what cost we are reducing? The fuel cost we are reducing here. Energy cost we are reducing here. Previously we are keeping on stove or some wood burning, etc. So that time we are not knowing how much energy is required, after what time that rice will be cooked, etc. So might be many energy might be goes into the waste. But by applying the pressure cooker, we can understand after 3 whistles or 4 whistles, the rice is get cooked immediately. We can close, shut down the particular gas. That means the energy is reduced. Once energy is reduced, nothing but whatever the cost required for that energy, it is again reduced. That is again minimum. Is it right? Again, Rishikesh has given one good point, that not only cost is get reduced, but time is also get reduced. Is it right? So here we can save the time, here we can save the money. And many cases, time is money or money is time. Is it right? So like this, the what are the principles are there? These are remain same. These are not going to be changed anywhere. But just we have to think for that. So what is there in the old process and new process? How this process is developed? That's why I have taken simple example. Everybody is knowing cooking of the rice, how it is there. At least they are knowing. Many times we don't actually done that particular process in our house also. Is it right? But we are knowing how to do it. That's why I have taken simple example. And when you are knowing the X process, that is old process, you can make the modifications, you can apply the effective methods, you can develop that particular process, so that the ultimate aim is cost is get reduced. So whenever this word is coming in front of you, method study, what is meant by method? Method is the, we can call it as the method is the way of doing something or step-by-step process that we have to study and that we have to improve, so that whatever the extra cost is required for that particular process, it is get reduced. In industry, last lecture we have seen, so input is given to the particular process, certain processes are carried out, and then output is ready. Is it right? So whatever this particular process is there in that middle box, last time you might be knowing that last lecture, input, middle process, and then output. So that box is there. So in that box, whatever the process are there, that processes, that method we have to study, we have to examine it for very, we can call it as the open eye, or for critical examination can be carried out. Once we carry out that critical examination, or once we conduct that particular examination with open eye, then we can able to develop the process. And for developing, we are not required to prepare new entire process. Whatever the existing process is there, in that particular process only we have to make the small changes. That is nothing but a development. And once you apply that effective methods, effective changes is applicable, and the developed process is used in further industry, they can be utilized to reduce the cost. So this is the about method study. Develop more economical method for doing the work, because every process in the industry has its own cost. So whatever the extra cost is there, or whatever the unwanted cost is there, we can save that cost. Definitely we can save that cost. That's why method study is the effective study or effective process to develop more economical methods of doing the work. So this is the part of the work study, but it is related to method. Next part of the method work study is the work measurement. It is, what is meant by work measurement? It is related to design the specific standard time for the developed standard process. So in industry, if 8-hour shift is there, in 8-hour shift, it cannot be said that for 7 hours we will make the rest and for 1 hour we will just work. Is it right? So for every activity, a standard time is given. Let's say, let's take the example from workshop only. You are going for some drilling operation or certain turning operation, etc. So how much turning you are required to do? So for that certain time has been set. Certain time has been set. So 2 minutes are required for this particular operation, 1 minute is required for this operation. Where that time is comes, so that time is come by this work measurement. Then at the end of the day, we can able to understand how much time is required to produce that particular product. That is called in man hours. Sometimes we might be knowing that 10 hours is required to produce this particular product. Why 10 hours are required? Because it has many processes which required 30-minute time, 40-minute time to complete it. So whenever the time word is coming, standard time is coming, when we are producing, we are developing the flow chart, at that time we have to mention the time also. For this operation, this much time is required. For this operation, this much time is required. Let's take one example. If I called or somebody calls, your friend called you for your lunch time. He called you for lunch. Okay, you went to your friend's house and you are just started the lunch, and he said that within 5 minutes hot rice will be coming. Within 10 minutes hot rice will be coming, and he just goes on telling you within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes, and after 30 minutes also the hot rice is not reached to you. So what you will say? Rishikesh, what will be your answer in that case?
Sir, question again.
If you went to your friend's house for a lunch, okay,
Yes, sir.
you are doing the lunch with your friend, and your friend is told you that, or he is just telling you that within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes hot rice is coming, don't stop the lunch. Or you and your friend is waiting for the rice, just newly immediately cooked or the hot rice you are waiting, and your friend is telling you within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes rice is coming, rice is coming, and after 30 minutes that rice is not reached to you. What will be your answer for that? Speak in Marathi also, no problem.
It is very difficult to comment on that, sir.
A simple answer, we don't want any other words.
We eat something before coming the rice.
Yeah, that is there, but you are waiting for rice, then what will be your answer?
It is too late, sir.
Yeah, it is too late, or my answer may be like this. You are talking from last 10 minutes, within 5 minutes rice is coming. My home rice is cooked within 5 to 10 minutes. Whether
Yes, sir.
your house rice may require more time. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like, then on what basis I told him that 5 to 10 minutes are required to cook the rice?
We experienced it, sir.
Yeah, we know it. We are knowing the, that's why I am taken this example, which is suitable for both these conditions. I am knowing what is the method of cooking the rice, and I also know that what is the standard time required for it. Is it right? As it is the standard, developed a standard process is there. Put the rice into the pressure cooker, put the cooker on the particular heat, and go for 3 or 4 whistles. Rice will be cooked. So this is the standard process is developed, and to that do that particular process again 10-15 minutes is the standard time. That I know. 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes is again sufficient. That is I know. Is it right? That's why I will ask such question. Then from where that 15 minutes came? Whatever this particular time of this particular method is there, from where it came into the picture? In previous days, the scientists were measuring the time of each process, at what time it starts, at what time it stops. They have made the record of nearly about all the processes which are required in industry. How much time is required for drilling, how much time is required for turning, how much time is required for threading, how much time is required for forging, how much time is required for polishing. So each and every process has a standard time, and many more processes are already recorded, and because of that, the production of the 8 hours can be defined. Production of 8 hours can be defined in industry. Let's take one example. A worker is standing on the drilling machine. Okay, a worker is standing on the drilling machine. Let's just, I will draw here one sample box. This is the drilling machine, let's say. I will write here just a DM. Okay, this is the drilling machine. From this side, raw material is coming, or input is coming to this, and from this side, the driller parts are going to the forward process. Is it right? Then, if a person is standing on this drilling machine, and I know what are the jobs I am sending. So let's say this is the one job. These are the blocks I am sending to this drilling machine. Okay, that the worker's work is that he just go for one drill at a center, and after that the central the drill part is again he has to forward further. And I know that for one drill 2 minutes are required. For one drill 2 minutes are required. Then I am having the time of 8 hours. I am having the time of 8 hours. So in 8 hours, how many minutes are there? Can anybody tell me? In 8 hours, how many minutes are there?
480.
480 minutes. Out of that 480 minutes, let's 80 minutes are given for the lunch and tea break. Okay, so 8 hours is nothing but how many minutes are there? 480 minutes. Is it right? Out of that, I have given 80 minutes. That means near about 1 hour and 20 minutes for its lunch and tea break. Then how much effective minutes I am getting?
400.
400 minutes I am getting per shift, 8-hour shift. And for one job, how much minute is required?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. So 400 divided by 2 means this particular worker should produce 200 jobs in a 8-hour shift. So that is called the standard calculation of production. Okay, because of certain electricity problem, certain unexpected problem, certain maintenance problem, anything we can understand, but at least he should produce, instead of 200, he should produce 180 jobs per day. That means per 8-hour shift. Then and then it is beneficial. Can you imagine that the person who is standing on this particular drilling machine required 2 minutes for a job, and if in a whole 8 hours a day, if he produce only 20 jobs, what will happen? In a whole 8 hours a day, if he produce only 20 jobs, what will happen?
Decreases the efficiency and productivity.
Decrease the productivity and efficiency. And this is why
Too much wasting of input and time.
Yeah, that is there. Too much wastage of input and time. That means, as per the standard calculation, it is expected that we should produce 200 jobs. But let's say certain difficulties may coming at the, we can call it as the unknown difficulties, or on floor difficulties, etc. Instead of 200 jobs, at least 180 jobs should be produced. That is the expectation, but he is able to produce only 20. That means it is a wastage of time, it is a wastage of money, it is a wastage of energy. Everything is in wastage, and it results in decrease in the productivity. So if you understand what is the method study and what is the work measurement, it tells about the improvement in the productivity, how we should improve the productivity. Either we have to develop the process to increase the economical way, either we have to go for standard time. If don't know, then with the help of watch, with the help of stop loss, you can measure, with the help of stopwatch, etc. You can measure how much time is required for that particular, we can call it as for that particular work, or for that particular process. Record it, and then you have to decide the per day production. Then and then the industrial productivity will be increased, and in this way only industries are in working, or they are in works, so that they can able to identify the lacunas daily production, and they will improve on the productivity side. So these 2 points, which are named as method study and work measurement, are very important in the work study concept, and whole industrial engineering is based on these particular 3 points only: work study, method study, work measurement, or we can call it as a time study also. So this work measurement is also called as time study. Time study, method study, work study. Based on these 3 points only, the whole industrial engineering is just placed there, and because of that, many wastage time is get saved. Many unuseful processes are removed, and that will help to increase in the production. So we will take one example later on, and then we will understand, though the production is increased, but how the productivity is decreased, like this. Okay, this is about the part of the work study. So this is the component or functions of work study, that is we have discussed a very detailed. Method study, to simplify the job and develop the more economical method for doing the work. Work measurement is nothing but to determine the standard time for doing that operation, and because of doing this, the result is, what is that result? The result is shown to downward side arrow. That is nothing but higher productivity. Productivity is get increased. Definitely productivity is get increased is nothing but your profit is going to be increased. For an industry, productivity is increased is nothing but profit is get increased. So that is the focused aim, or we can call it as the focused route in the particular industrial development. If you take any industry, they are working on these particular same agenda. What is that same agenda? How to improve the process, how to improve the methods, which are right now it is applicable, how to reduce the wastage time or the ideal time, how to go for more utilization of the time, okay, or more utilization in that shift, reducing the wastage time, so that the productivity can be higher, the production can be higher, and productivity efficiency can be improved. So this is the particular components and functions of the work study, and every industry is striving for these only. Once production is increased, products are increased, definitely the whatever their particular profit is there, we can say profit, it is going to be increased one. Then importance of work study. Why this particular work study is carried out? So if we don't carry out this particular work study, what effect will be there? What will happen? Okay, so work study has its own importance. What is that? It helps to achieve the smooth production flow. Just I will read all these things, then we will discuss one by one. It helps to achieve the smooth production flow, helps to reduce the cost of product, utilization of scrap material to achieve better working condition, help to establish standard time for operation. It helps for standardization. These are the importance. Let's talk about first. It helps to achieve smooth production flow. So smooth production flow means what? Once it is decided that your industry is going to produce this particular product, let's say one product is decided for your industry, and your industry is going to produce that particular product, then for that particular product, different steps are there. Let's talk about if it is of that product is maybe of mild steel, then mild steel bars are there. You have to cut the bar into the pieces. So first is the cutting operation. Put that cut bar on the lathe machine or milling machine. Do certain operations. Put it on the drilling machine. Go for drilling, etc. Again, put on the lathe machine. Go for threading, etc. Put on the grinding machine. Polish it nicely, and part is produced. So in this particular process, this is we can call it as the production process, where we have taken the raw material. Here where we are not checking the quality of raw material, composition, etc. Raw material processes output. So that is the production flow chart. Take the raw material, cut it, put it on the machine, make the operations, output part is ready. So because of this work study, people can understand. So when what people, or rather I'm not saying people, but I'm pointing this towards the worker. Worker may understand. Take the bar, cut it, put it on the lathe machine, make the some turning facing operation, put it on the milling machine, do some grooving operation, put it on the drilling machine, make the drill, put it on the grinding machine, grind it and throw it. That means it is ready. Pack it and send it for further. So this particular flow, so what is the first is cutting, then lathe machine, then milling, then drilling, grinding. What are these machinings are there? What are these operations are there? If it is in the proper flow, then your production will be increased. Otherwise, what will happen? If this flow is not maintained, if this flow is not defined, let's say 5 operations are there and 5 workers are there. One worker goes, he will cut the job, he will go to the direct milling machine, make the drilling. Another worker go, he will cut the machine, cut the job, and he will go to the grinding. Because they are just knowing these 5 operations we required to carry out. But in what flow, in what sequence these operations are required to carry, that is not doing. Let's say 5 workers are there and 5 processes are there. One work is assigned to one worker only. First worker will only cut the particular job. After the cutting job, he will give it to the lathe machine worker. That worker who is standing on lathe machine only face and make the turning of that particular job and give it to the worker who is standing on milling machine. Once the job is reached to the milling machine particular part, that worker will make the only groove. He will pass the job to the drilling machine worker. Drilling machine, on that machine worker will just make the drill and pass it to the grinding machine. The worker who is standing on grinding, he will just do the grinding and job is prepared. So this process is becomes easier one, that is called smooth production flow. If 5 workers are there and these 5 processes are there, and I just told go and do the jobs. First worker may cut the piece, he will go to the lathe. Second worker may cut the piece, he will go to the grinding. Third worker may cut the piece, he will go to the drilling. Fourth worker may cut the piece, he will go to the milling. Fifth worker just cut the piece and keep remain as it is, because all machines are engaged. What can I do? Is it right? In such a case, the process flow is not set, production flow is not set, and if I told you at the end of the day I want 100 jobs, the milling machine person will make the groove and he will sit ideally. The grinding machine people will make the grind and he will sit ideally. Is it right? Like this, the drilling machine person may make the drill and he will sit ideally. Grinding machine will grind and sit ideally, because they are not knowing what to do further. So if you set the process, if you set the flow, this operation, then go for this operation, then go for this operation, then go for this operation. So that will set the smooth production flow, and that is possible with the help of work study only. Why? In work study we are knowing method study. So what is the method is there? So from raw material to go for end part or produced part, what are the 5 steps are there? In that 5 steps, what methods are there? That is I am knowing. How much time is required for each and every method? That is I am knowing. Is it right? That's why for entire 8-hour process or entire 8-hour shift, the production can be increased. Otherwise, if the process is not set, anyone can do any work and there may be the chaos. Next one, it helps to reduce the cost of the product. Definitely it will reduce the cost of the product. How? As the one worker is only working on one machine, one worker is just cutting the job, one worker is just working on drilling, one worker is working on milling, so they can finish their operations very fastly. So in 8-hour shift, total 100 jobs are produced very easily. Then if you go for cost condition, material cost, process cost, energy cost, labor salary, everything is get added, then the total cost will be reduced because 100 jobs are produced. Let's take here one example. So let's talk about material cost is 1 rupee. Material C, material cost 1 MC is 1 rupee. Let's say energy required, that is electricity to run the machines, etc., that is 1 rupee. Labor salary, LES, as 5 labors are there, I will say 5. Is it right? Maintenance cost, let's say it is also 1. Or material cost, I will say 2, so that it will be clear the difference. Material cost is 2, energy cost is 1, labor cost is 5, and maintenance cost is 1. So this is the cost required for industry. That is, they are we can call it, they are making the investment. And at the end of the day, let's say only product, how many products are there? So let's say I can say only 2 products are produced. These 5 workers can able to produce only 2 products. So what will be the cost of product? What is the cost of product? It's simply I will make the addition 5 plus 1 6 plus 2 8 plus 9. So 9 rupees are the expenditure from the company side, and they are getting just 2 products. So each product cost is 4.5 rupees. Is it right, Rishikesh? Whether this calculation is right?
Yes, sir.
So when the industry produce 2 products, then each product cost is 4.5 rupees. Is it right? But instead of that, if industry, so this whatever this cost is there, it is the cost of the one day. I am saying, it is the cost of the one day. Let's say, okay, let's consider that industry will produce 100 parts. 100 parts. Let's say material cost goes on increasing, because what is the raw material required for two products, that is of 2 rupees. Let's say for 100 parts the material required is 100 rupees. It is 100 rupees. Is it right? Energy cost for only two parts, energy required maybe for half an hour or 1 hour, but here 8-hour full shift is running, so energy may be required of 50 rupees. Energy may be required of 50 rupees. Labor, what will be the labor cost? Whether it is going to change or remain same? Can anybody reply? Can anybody reply? Labor cost is going to change or it will remain same? Rishikesh, labor cost is going to change or it will remain same? Please reply. Labor cost is going to be change or it will remain same?
Sir, but which case, sir?
Here labor cost. Here I am talking. As 2 products are produced, material is increased, material cost is increased. Energy cost is also increased because machine is running for a little bit more time. What about this labor cost? Yeah, one Shubham is saying it is same. What about your view? Labor cost is remain same. Why? Shubham, can you answer it? Why it is remain same? You can unmute and you can answer me, Shubham. What is I am saying? What I am saying, what we have taken the example that already material cost 1 rupees, energy cost 1 rupees, labor cost 5 rupees, sorry, material cost 2 rupees, labor cost 5 rupees, and maintenance cost 1 rupee. And this 9 rupees is expended by company for a day, and in that he has produced only 2 products. So each product cost is 4.5 rupees. That calculation we have made. Then what I told, on next day company has produced 100 products. In that material cost is increased. Let's say it is increased up to 100. Energy cost again it is increased up to 50 because more energy is required. What about this labor cost? Whether for non-working day, whatever salary we are giving to the labor, that salary, and for working day, whatever the salary we are giving to the worker, whether it is same per day salary or it is changing?
Same, sir.
Same. That is what I am saying, that labor cost will be remain as it is, that is 5 rupees, and maintenance cost, let it is again increased by 5 rupees up. So here total is coming 100 plus 50, 150 plus 5, 155 plus 5, 160 divided by 100 products are produced, 100 jobs are produced per day. So the cost per unit or cost per job is 1.6. When you are producing only two jobs, 2 products per day, the cost of the same is 4.5 rupees per job. When you produce it into the some larger amount, that is mass production, definitely cost is going to be reduced. So it helps to reduce the cost of the product. So that point we are talking. So how the method study or work study is, or this particular whatever this we are talking, how it able to reduce the cost. So like this way, the reduced cost will be there. Right now, all of you understood what is I am saying? What is
Yes, sir.
okay? Then the next part is the next important point is that utilization of scrap material. So scrap material is get reduced. More utilization will be there as we are developing the process. We are developing the certain time. We are developing the standard time, standard process, standard methods to do the each and every operation, to do the each and every process. Then definitely scrap wastage of the material is get reduced. It will be get, we can call it as the minimized one. Okay, next importance is to achieve the better working condition. Definitely better working conditions will be there. Each worker knows about its own conditions, where he has to work, what he has to work. Is it right? He will not make any mixing with other workers. So better working condition will be there. Everyone feels that yes, I am doing the good work, I am doing just a nice work, I'm doing my work, I'm not making any pointing or any disturbance to others work. So that will feel better. So better working condition will be there. Help to establish standard time for operation. So that is we are knowing already. We are initially only we will just while setting the process only, but to the time required for each and every operation, that is calculated. Everything is just calculated. So standard time is developed so that it helps us to we can call it as the understand the 8-hour shift production, etc. like this. It helps for standardization. Definitely standardization of the process will be done there. No other false processes are included. Only standard drilling is there, milling is there. Whatever the process are included in that flow process, that is standardized one. Is it right? So this is the particular part of this particular uh, we can call it as the work study or importance of the work study. These are the importance of the work study. Okay, we have discussed this part. What is meant by work study, what is meant by method study, and standard time calculation. So these particular points will boost the particular production, standardize the production, and at the same time it gives better feeling to the workers. Yes, we can do it nicely, etc. Or whatever our work is there, it is standardized one, nice one like this. Okay, so this is the importance of the work study. Then what is the work study procedure? So how that particular process is carried out? It is just carried out like this way: select, record, examine, develop, measure, define, install, maintain. What is meant by this? So we have to select the particular process which is required to study under the work study. Then we have to maintain the record of that particular process. Because why this particular first step is there came into here, that select? Because in industry many processes are there. Many processes are we can call it as the many processes are doing it simultaneously. Many processes are running, we can say. Out of that, which specific process you want to be put under the work study concept, that you have to select. Then once that process is get selected, we have to record the each and every step of that particular process. So let's say particular previous process whatever we have taken: cutting, turning, milling, drilling, polishing. So we have to make the record of this. Record means how much time required, what actual process is there. Turning means from, what do you mean by turning? Can anybody tell me? Do you know the turning process?
Yes, sir.
What is that turning? What is that turning? Reduction of diameter. Is it right? Drilling means making the hole. So that we should understand. Drilling, just a drilling process means what? How much drill should be prepared? So it should be defined there. It should be required to define that only point, 10 drill is required, 12 drill is required. So that is nothing but the recording. Recording is nothing but just we are not saying that process turning recorded. Chalo, not. Turning means what? Reduction of diameter from 530 to 520. That means 10 reduction is required in diameter. So that is the recording. Drilling of 12 hole at center. Cutting, cut the job of 530 multiplied by 200 So length of that job will be 200 So this is called recording. Each and every step we should understand, we should record. So this is called recording. Is it right? This is called the recording. We have to understand the process, we have to record it. Examine. While doing the process, we must examine the process, how that process is carried out. Where job is hold, where tool is hold, how that tool is moving, how that cutting operation takes place, whether any we can call it as the defect is there or not, and if any defect is there, where that defect is get generated. So that is called examine. Where the wastage is there, where the scrap is there, because of what the process is in delay, or what will be the adverse effect. So whatever the examination, I have given the example of that rice cooking. So we must understand, because when rice is cooked in the pot, whatever the lower level is prepared, what is happening to that lower level? Because of more heat, that lower level is become like this. So we are just changing the way of giving the heat. So that is called examine. We have to first identify the gap or lacunas or errors in that particular process. What errors will be there in that particular process, that we have to understand. That is called examine. Then whatever the errors are there, how to overcome to that error. How to overcome to that error, that is nothing but development. So that development is made in that particular process, and once development is made, then again measure it for, because whatever the first stage, whatever you have selected the process, at this selected process, and when this measured process is there, what changes will be there in these particular stages. So measure it once again, what development you have carried out, and when that developments are proper, that measurement is proper, whatever your expected time is reduced, expected cost is reduced, expected things are reduced, then define that particular process very well. So define what is the old process, what is the new process, what changes you have made, at what stages that changes are there, and because of that changes, what results are coming, what results are improving, what things are improving. That is called define. Once it is defined, install it. Install it means apply it. apply it to the machines. And once it is applied, install, check it for 1, 2, 3 days, just to check it. And last stage is maintain that process for forever. Is it right? So right now we are not cooking the rice in the pot. Most of the time we are cooking in the cookers only. And future, whatever the future generation will be there, they will understand, they will not put the rice into the pot. Always they will put the rice into the particular cooker only, because that process of cooking the rice into the cooker is maintained one. So whatever the new process is installed in your industry, that we have to maintain for longer time. Then and then it is become the part of the system. If the process is only applicable for 1, 2 days, or for 1 hour, 1 year, or 1 month, etc., then that is not become the system part. So that we can call it as the just temporary process. But work study doesn't tells that. It tells that you understand the previous process, examine it, make the development, check the development, define it, install it, and keep it for longer time. So that is called the procedure of work study. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is called work study. So work study with work simplification. Any production process is characterized by coordination of man, machine, material, change in the technology, introducing new technologies, or make the process and method are more complex. Okay, so if instead of one person, if 2, 3 persons are working on same machine, then it become complexity. It become complex. Is it right? If more than one machines are used, then again it become complex. Material, so one quality material is always used. If different quality materials are used, it become complex one. Change in the technology or introducing new technology, again it is complex one, because we are not knowing the changes, we are not familiar with the changes. If new technology is introduced, we are not familiar with that technology, so that may be the problem. Process management is the success of the product. So here we are learning about, in the industry engineering, we are learning about the process management. In the process management, the well-defined process management is the success of the product. That is universal truth, we can call it as. Because not a without process management, without proper management, industry cannot develop the product, it cannot make the new products and successfully run it. Is it right? So if you take any example of any industry like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, then Tata Motors, etc., big companies example you take, they have developed the product, they have managed this particular process management very well. They have made this work study, time study, method study very carefully, and after that they have produced successful products, and because of that successful product, these companies are standing in the market. Identify the key process and process parameters. So in each and every process there is one key process. Without doing that particular process, further processes are not useful, or whatever the initial process you have carried out, that is again failure. So that key process we have to identify. And process parameters means while doing the process, different parameters are there. So if you take the drilling process, rotating speed is one parameter. Is it right? So how much rotating speed of that particular drilling bit should be remain? So that is also mentioned in the process parameter. Rotate on the RPM of 500, or rotate on the 700 RPM, rotate on 250 RPM. So everything is mentioned in detailed process. So So that is called drilling is key process, let's say, and process parameter, that is the rotation of the drill. If more drill is more speed is there, it may create adverse effect. If less speed is there, again it may create adverse effect. Like this, the analytical study is also required. Then investigation of existing process. So that is the important part here. Investigation of existing process. That is, we are doing investigation of existing process and break the process into the parts, which helps to plan, control input parameters to improve the process and desired level of terms of quality and quantity. Definitely, the long process is there. If it is long process, you have to break into the small parts, and you have to study that small parts as a individual points. And because of that, the particular quality will be improved, quantity will be improved. Work simplification starts with analysis of product, evaluation which changes the process, in which way that reducing wastage, elimination of non-value adding operations and modification. So these all points are related to only one thing: modification in the process and reduce the wastage, reduce the ideal time, improve the productive time, improve the productivity. For that, every point small analysis we have to carry out. Okay, design part, where it fails, how it works, how this particular process should be carried out. Each and every part analysis we have to carry out. So that will be helpful in reducing the wastage, eliminating the non-value adding operations. So there are many operations which are not having any value, but still it is there. So eliminating that operations where the non-value addition operations will be there, and modify the process always. The work study is the powerful tool to make the work simplification. Yes, when you want to make that proper improvement in the productivity, work study is a very powerful tool. That is the one meaning here we can say. Then the human consideration in work study. Work study is a powerful tool to improve the productivity by keeping the relation between management, supervisor, and worker. Definitely, how it will be there, just we will take one example and we will see. It is essential to consider this relation for contribution of everyone: work study and measurement, work study and supervisor, work study and worker. So how work study will be effective, good for management, how it is beneficial to supervisor, how it is useful for worker, that we have to understand and that we have to implement. So let's, instead of this talking, we will take one example. So how this particular work study will improve the productivity. Okay, so this is one company, we can call it as it, or person. Okay, Shalini was busy going through the production and machine hour consumption report of past 3 months. So let's say this is the one analytics, or this is the one supervisor who is making this report for his management. Okay, so how many machine hours are input given and how many units are produced? So that particular ratio, it has been given here. Is it right? This is a simple problem. And then based on this particular data, we have to understand whether productivity is increased or productivity is decreased. September month, machine inputs are 90,000, output, that is number of units, are 99,000. October, 1 lakh is the machine input, 1 lakh is the machine output. In November, 1,50,000 is the input machine hours, that means machine are running for that many hours, and number of units or output is 1,35,000. Can you calculate the productivity based on that? What is the formula of productivity? Can anybody tell me? Rishikesh, what is the formula of productivity?
Output upon inputs.
Output upon
Input.
Can you calculate the productivity for these 3 months? What is the productivity of September? What is the productivity of October? And what is the productivity of November? Please write your answers in chat box. I am waiting. Calculate the productivity of these 3 months and put it into the chat box. Whatever your answers are there. Just you have to make the dividation process, output divided by input. Please calculate the productivity and put it into the chat box. So you are giving correct answer, Shubham. So how this particular productivity is calculated? So solution, productivity per machine hour. Okay, so that is production unit divided by machine hours. Productivity of September, 99,000 are the units produced and 90,000 is the particular inputs are given, machine hours. So productivity is 1.1, that is greater than 1. Productivity for the October, 1 lakh is the machine inputs and again, yeah, 1 lakh is the output and 1 lakh is the input. So it will be 1. For productivity for November, 1,35,000 is the output, 1,50,000 is the input, productivity is 0.9. So if you put this particular parts into the table, just whatever given, September input output that is given to us, October 1 lakh, 1 lakh, November 1,50,000, 1,35,000, productivity 1.1, 1 and 0.9. So from looking at this productivity side, what you can understand? So here it is written. We can see from the table that while production is rising means September month 99,000 units are produced. For October month 1 lakh units are produced. For November month 1,35,000 units are produced. So productions units are increasing. Production is increasing, but from September to November, but productivity is falling. Productivity is 1.1. Here it is become 1 and here it become 0.9. So it doesn't mean that number of units are increased, output is increased, means your productivity is increased. Is it right? Can we make such a statement with this table, with this analysis?
What, sir?
By looking at this table, can we make such a statement? From September to November, production is increased, but productivity is decreased. It means that only production increased, it doesn't mean that productivity is increased.
Yes, sir, we make that statement.
Yeah. Then what here we have to do to increase in the productivity?
We use work method also, that is time.
That is time. Though the input is given this much, why output is this much? That's time study we can do here. For 90,000 machine hours, how that 99,000 products are produced. That analysis we have to make. For 1 lakh unit, when machine hours are increased by 10,000 hours, but production is increased by only 1,000 units. In last case, the inputs are increased by 50,000 hours, but number of units are increased by only 35,000. So why this change will be there? Where that machine hours are not utilized. But in case of September, only 90,000 hours gives the 99,000 units. Where why this much more unit is utilized, or where the time is saved in September month and where it is wasted in November month? Or what process we have adopted on the September month and that is not maintained for month of November, so that the productivity is reduced. So that particular, by looking at prima facie, what it tells that for September month 99,000 is the production units, but for month of November it becomes 1,35,000. So production is increased, number of units are increased, number of manufactured products are increased. So your industrial benefit will be increased. No, why? Because the inputs are also increased, and we are not considering about inputs. When we consider the inputs and when we talk about the productivity, actually productivity is reduced. So such analysis we can make with the help of work study, method study, and time study calculations. This is the one way of predicting the productivity. Let's take another example. Second case, information regarding the output produced and input consumed for the particular time period for the particular company is given below. So output is 10,000 rupees. But what is there? To generate this 10,000 rupees output, what inputs are given? Human input, that is labor input, 3,000 rupees. Material input, 2,000 rupees. Capital, 3,000 rupees. Energy input, light bill, etc. we can call it as 1,000 rupees. Other inputs, so water bill may be there, tea may be there, water may be 500 rupees. These values are in terms of base your rupees value. Compare the various productivity indices. So these are given in the rupees. So let's talk about productivity, partial productivity, labor productivity. What is the labor productivity? Output divided by human input. So what is that? Output is 10,000. It is remains same. Human input 3,000. So labor productivity is 3.33. Capital productivity. Capital total output is 10,000 divided by capital 3,000 input is given for capital. So 3.33. Material productivity. Output divided by material input 10,000 by 2,000 5. Energy productivity. Output divided by energy input 10,000 by 1,000 10. Other productivity. Output divided by other input 10,000 by 520. So here if you look at, you can say that as compared to other productivity, other inputs, productivity is much more, 20 times. But for labor, whatever the labor input we are giving, according to that, productivity is only 3 times. So no, this is the partial productivity. This is the with individual concern we have calculating the productivity. Let's talk about total productivity. What is the total productivity? Total productivity is nothing but total output divided by total input. Total output. What is included in total input? Human, material, capital, energy, other. All things are get included. So when all things are get included, 10,000 divided by 3,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000 plus 1,000 plus 500, 9,500. So total productivity just 1.053. So here, if you look at the partial productivity, individual productivity is far greater than 1. 3.33 is the lower side and 20 is the maximum side. 5 and 10 in between. But when you consider the total productivity, it is nearly up to 1.05. Again, in this total factor of productivity, that is TFP, is net output divided by labor plus capital only. So last lecture, if you remember, just I will go to the back slides. Just I will tell you that productivity formula. So here, partial productivity divided by one type of input. But labor productivity, total output divided by labor input. So this is the partial productivity. But total factor of productivity, net output divided by labor plus capital input only. So here we have studied in this slide, we have studied this. Net total factor productivity is equal to net output divided by labor plus capital only. If we use that principle, that formula here, what will be our answer? Net output divided by labor plus capital only. So 10,000 divided by net output is total output, material and service purchased. Okay, so net output again we have to minus the material and service. Why? Because company has to purchase all its material, services including energy, machines, equipments. It is not like that worker from his home he is taking his own machine, he is going to the industry and he is working on that machine, and while coming back he is coming with that machine. No, what are the electricity required, what are the machine, what are the equipments are given to the worker, these are given from the industry. So from total productivity, that cost we have to minus, that cost we have to minus. So from 10,000 if you minus that cost of energy, machine, equipment and other, so that cost, and divide to them by just the labor cost and capital cost, it becomes 3,500 divided by 6,000. So total productivity factor is become just a 0.5. So where here we are talking total productivity is 1.5, but again when net output is coming into picture or total productivity factor come into the picture, where we have minus the energy bill. Energy bill is given by the industry, machine maintenance, machine cost it is given by the industry, equipments it is given by the industry. So that cost when you reduce from the total output and then labor cost and just the capital you have divided, it becomes only 0.5. It's only 0.5%, that means 50% or 58% here. To be little bit specific, 58% is the productivity. Remaining 42% is the non-productive time or non-productive things are there. And there we are having the chance to increase that. Do you understand this productivity concept and small examples regarding this productivity?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay, so here our first chapter ends. So let's take one review within five minutes so that we can end up this chapter. So here we have started with the introduction of the industrial engineering. What is there in the industrial engineering that we have studied? Then definitions we have studied. Then contribution of F.W. Taylor, that we are calling it as the father of industrial engineering. So that his contribution we have studied. Gilbert contribution we have studied about motions and that chart. So that will become into the next chapter, that is method study. Objectives of industrial engineering study, why it is important, why it is introduced, that we have studied. Then important about productivity, what is meant by productivity, how it is calculated, what is meant by partial productivity, what is the total productivity factor, partial productivity, that formulas we have studied. Then production and productivity, that difference we have understand, how the productivity can be increased, that is we have studied. Factors affecting on the productivity, internal and external factors, that we have discussed. Then way to improve the productivity, how the productivity can be increased or improvement in productivity will be there, that we have studied. Some Japanese techniques, this part is remaining to discuss after certain times, as our part will be there, we will discuss this. Work study we have started today. What I mean by work study, it includes method and work measurement, how this work study is important to increase the productivity, to reach to the higher productivity, that we have to understand. Then importance of work study, we have gone through this each and every point with proper example. We have set this particular flow chart to improve in the work study procedure. Then simplification, how it is there with the work study, that we have done, that we have understand, and problems on the productivity are also we have considered. So production increment is nothing but nothing tells that productivity is increased. So actual productivity, understanding with input to the output, that we have gone through these particular examples. And individual productivity, partial productivity, how it is calculated, overall productivity, how it is calculated, and net total probability factor, productivity factor, how it is calculated, that is also we have studied. So here our first chapter is finished.